Your latest news update from Western Mass News.
I'm Chris Pisano with a look at your headlines. 5 people are without a home after a major overnight fire in Springfield. Springfield Fire Department arrived to find heavy smoke and large flames shooting out of a house on Berkshire Street, where crews were called just before midnight Monday. It took firefighters about 2 hours to get that fire under control. All the residents were able to make it out safely and are being assisted by the Red Cross. The cause is under investigation by the Springfield Arson and Bomb Squad. Parents in Leverett are calling for changes after years of witnessing cars pass red flashing lights on their children's school bus on their way to and from school. Community members and leaders gathered on Long Plain Road Tuesday, along with Senator Joe Comaford and Representative Natalie Blaze, trying to raise awareness about their push to introduce more legislation at the State House surrounding this issue. And more than 11,000 members of the Writers Guild of America went on strike Tuesday for the first time since 2007. The union officially called for a strike after it failed to reach an agreement with the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers Monday. The strike means production of many TV shows could come to a halt immediately, while the start of the new seasons of other shows may be delayed later this year.
I'm meteorologist Jana Brown with a check of your forecast. We've got some quieter weather conditions tonight. A few spot showers around, otherwise mostly cloudy and chilly. Temperatures dipping into the upper 30s. Wednesday should actually start dry. There might be a shower or two around, but most of the morning is looking just cloudy but fairly quiet. Temperatures by the afternoon climbing into the mid 50s for the valley, possibly even a few upper 50s. We'll get some breaks of sun just like today. We will also see more of these scattered to isolated showers, a couple of which could be on the heavier side with some small hail or graupel. Now Thursday is actually looking drier overall. There is a chance for a few showers, but overall I think more dry weather than wet weather. It'll still be cool with a northeast breeze, keeping temperatures in the low to mid 50s. Friday, though, we're back to around 60, mostly cloudy with an isolated shower chance in the afternoon. Saturday and Sunday looking rain free, skies partly cloudy to mostly sunny. Highs will be close to 70 all weekend. And then early to mid next week, it gets even warmer. Some middle to even upper 70s possible, and a few showers and thunderstorms possible mid to late week.
Stay with Western Mass News on air, online, and on our app throughout the day for breaking news, weather, and exclusive content.